Alright everybody, welcome back to another turn of Operation Montagnard for the Japanese. This will be turn 3. I believe it's July of 37. Yeah. Before we get into it, one minor bit of housekeeping. Jinx did neglect the recruit roll for Mongolia during his video, so he rolled it off-screen using Dice Maiden, and he did get a hit, so he will be spawning 2 additional militia in Central Mongolia. Alright, getting straight into it, we'll go to the tech rolls, and I'm going to roll, just like last turn, heavy armor and improve factories. That's a hit for improve factories and for heavy armor. Excellent. Alright, the buys are declared here with 2 militia upgrades, 2 marines, 1 airborne, and 1 artillery, clearing 19 out of my bank. Once again, there are no combat moves to speak of, no one can declare war, and I'm not declaring war. So let's get straight into the non-combats. Start in the south, the submarine, one of the 3 submarines which started in P50 is going to show up late to the sub-party next turn, but it's gonna make its way now. So 1, 2, 3. Moving to I-4. Alright, the coastal sub that started in P41 is moving into P50. The coastal sub which started in P43 is moving into P42. In the big stack of naval units in P15, 1 destroyer is going to come out and pick up a marine, and it's going to be joined by the destroyer that started in P14, which is also going to pick up a marine from Kyushu. And then the pair of them are going to return to P14, and the marines are going to disembark into Rihi. And that is all the naval movements that I'm going to do for the entire turn. Further land units, movements, and aircraft movements. From northern Manchuria, 2 infantry and a cavalry are moving to eastern Manchuria. The remaining land units, which is 2 infantry and a mountain brigade, are moving to western Manchuria. 2 fighters from northern Manchuria are just going to fly to western Manchuria and land there. The remainder of the Air Force, which includes 3 tactical bombers and 2 fighters, is going to fly to Korea. And then lastly, from Rihi, 1 motorized infantry and 1 cavalry are going to walk over into eastern Manchuria as well. That should cover everything, so let's go ahead and place units and collect income. We'll do a recruit for Siam, which hits on a 1 or less. That's a miss on a 9. Place the buys, and collect, once again, 16 plus the 3 peacetime for 19. Alright, the artillery is going to be placed in Rihi. The 2 marines are placed in Kyushu with the airborne. And the militia upgrades are going to go 1 into Formosa and 1 into Okinawa. So that's going to be 1 infantry each in those. Alright, the board should be ready to pass off to Tactical for his GB and France turn. Before I cut off the recording, I will go through a quick unit disposition of where all my units are for tactical sake. Starting south to north, in I-4, we have 1 Japanese submarine. In P-50, we have 2 submarines, 1 coastal submarine, and 1 battle cruiser. In P-42, we have 1 coastal submarine. On Palau and on the Caroline Islands, there's 1 militia, 1 militia on the Marshall Islands, 1 militia on Bonin and the Volcano Islands. Formosa has 1 infantry. Okinawa has 1 infantry and 1 seaplane. Kyushu has 1 transport plane, 1 airborne, and 2 marines. Nothing else on the rest of Japan. The Kuril Islands has 1 militia. Korea has 3 tactical bombers and 2 fighters. P-14 has 2 destroyers. P-15 has the rest of the Navy, which is 1 destroyer, 5 naval transports, 4 heavy cruisers, 2 TBDs, 2 light cruisers, 1 light carrier, 1 fleet carrier, and 2 battleships. And then in Manchuria we have in Rihi 1 artillery, 4 marines, 1 militia, and 5 infantry. In eastern Manchuria we have 2 cavalry, 1 motorized infantry, 1 militia, and 2 infantry. In western Manchuria we have 2 fighters, 2 infantry, and 1 mountain infantry. That should have just about cover everything, so should be ready to pass everything off, and best of luck on your next rolls.